Two friends graduate from the same university in the same year, same degree, same starting salary, same city. On paper, their lives are identical. 5 years later, one of them has $25,000 saved in the bank. No debt, careful, disciplined. The other? He has almost no savings, but he owns assets that are generating income every single month. Fast forward another 10 years. The first friend now has $80,000 saved. Still careful, still disciplined, still stuck. The second friend? He's making more money from his investments than from his job. Same starting point, same opportunities, completely different outcomes, and the difference between them is not what you think. This isn't about how much you save. It's about what your money does after you save it, because saving money feels like progress. But in many cases, it's actually the thing quietly holding you back. In this video, I'm going to show you the rules that separate people who stay stuck saving from people who actually build wealth. Not theory, not motivation. Just the real mechanics nobody explains clearly. Saving money is limited. There is a maximum amount you can save. And it's controlled by your income. Let's say you earn $3,000 a month. You cut expenses, live carefully, and manage to save $500. That's already impressive. But here's the problem. Even if you push harder, skip more, sacrifice more, you might increase that to $700, maybe $800. But that's it. You've hit the ceiling. Now compare that to income. If your income grows from $3,000 to $5,000, your ability to build wealth changes completely. But here's what most people miss. They focus all their energy on saving small amounts, instead of increasing the system that produces money. The hidden consequence? You spend years optimizing pennies, while ignoring thousands. Psychologically, saving feels safe, controlled. But that same comfort can trap you in a low-growth loop. You think your savings are growing, but in reality, they might be shrinking. Let's say you save $10,000. You feel secure, responsible, but inflation averages around 2 to 4% per year. That means your money is losing value every single year. In 10 years, that $10,000 might only have the purchasing power of $7,000. You didn't lose money visibly, but you lost what that money can do. It gets worse. If your savings sit in a low-interest account earning 0 to 1%, you are guaranteed to fall behind. And nobody talks about this clearly, because saving feels like winning. But if your money isn't growing faster than inflation, you are slowly moving backwards. Many people save because they want safety. They want to avoid risk. But here's the truth. Avoiding investment risk today creates a different kind of risk tomorrow. Let's say you save aggressively for 15 years. You build up $100,000. No investments, no growth, just savings. Now you're older. You realize it's not enough. Now you have to take bigger risks, with less time to recover. But here's what most people miss. Risk doesn't disappear. It just moves. And often it becomes more dangerous when delayed. The psychological trap is simple. Short-term safety feels better than long-term uncertainty. But that comfort comes at a cost. You cannot save your way into wealth, because wealth doesn't come from what you keep. It comes from what you create. Think about it. If you save $500 a month, that's $6,000 a year. But if you build a skill, a side income, or an investment that generates $500 a month, that's not savings, that's production. And production scales. But here's where people get stuck. Saving is passive. Building income is uncomfortable. It requires effort, uncertainty, and time. So people choose saving because it feels easier. And that choice keeps them in the same financial position for years. You start earning more. You feel proud. You decide to save more. But at the same time, your lifestyle starts changing. Better apartment, better phone, more eating out. It feels small at first, but over time, your expenses grow with your income. So even though you're saving, you're not actually getting ahead. It gets worse. The more your lifestyle grows, the harder it becomes to reduce it. So your savings discipline turns into a constant struggle. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Many people who save consistently still stay stuck because their spending grows just fast enough to cancel their progress. Nobody talks about this directly because it feels normal. But normal doesn't build wealth. Time is the most powerful force in money, but it only works if your money is growing. Let's compare two people. Person A saves $1,000 per month for 20 years. No investing, just saving. Total, $240,000. Person B invests $1,000 per month with a modest 7% return. After 20 years, around $520,000. Same effort, same discipline, completely different result. But here's what most people miss. The difference isn't effort, it's where the money is placed. Time doesn't reward storage, it rewards growth. And if your money isn't growing, you are wasting the most valuable advantage you have. Saving gives you a sense of control. You feel responsible. You feel like you're making progress. But that feeling can be misleading. Because saving doesn't require you to think differently. It doesn't force you to learn new skills. It doesn't push you to increase your income. So you stay in the same mindset, same habits, same level. But here's the hidden consequence. Years pass, and nothing really changes. You become better at managing a small system instead of building a bigger one. And that's why some people save for decades and still feel stuck. This is the part nobody explains clearly. Wealth is not built by holding money. It's built by owning things that produce money. Assets, businesses, stocks, real estate, anything that generates income. Without your direct time. Let's say you save $50,000. That money sits in your account. It does nothing. Now imagine that same $50,000 invested into something that generates 6% annually. That's $3,000 per year. Every year. Without additional work. But here's what most people miss. Ownership changes the game. Because now your money is working, not just sitting. And once that starts, it compounds. This is the most important rule. And almost nobody thinks about it. Every time you choose to only save, you are giving up something invisible. Opportunity. Let's say you keep $20,000 in savings for 10 years. Feels safe. Feels smart. But if that money could have grown to $40,000 through investing, you didn't just not gain, you lost $20,000 in potential. And that loss is invisible. You don't feel it. You don't see it. But it's real, and it adds up. This is why many people feel like they've been doing everything right, but still don't get ahead, because they're measuring what they have, not what they could have had. Let's go back to those two friends. The first one saved consistently, avoided risk, did everything right, according to traditional advice, and he ended up with money that barely moved. The second one? He still saved, but he didn't stop there. He used his savings as a tool to invest, to build income, to create ownership. That's why his money started working for him. That's why his life changed. Same starting point. Different understanding. Because in the end, saving money is not the goal. It's just the beginning. And if your money isn't growing, it's not protecting your future. It's quietly limiting it.